I'm very fortunate in my, pretty young career in sports that I've gotten to work as many high profile events as I have. I've gotten to work four Final Fours or three Final Fours, three national championship games from the women's Final Four national championship in 2022, the men's Final Four national championship in 23 and 24, including leading the content strategy and distribution in 2024. So I was fortunate to have like a lot of practice, a lot of
Yeah.
time to learn under some really talented social media strategists, some really talented creatives. Where I was able to get sort of that baseline of like, okay, here's how I approach this problem. Here's how I game plan this stuff. Here's the content that we can have set. Here's the personnel that we have access to that we can travel with and what they can do. Here are the difficult, the common problems that might pop up of like, okay, I'm on the court, I've got my phone, I've got this video recorded, but how am I posting that? Am I posting it from the court? What if I don't have signal? What if the Wi-Fi is not working?
Yeah.
Do I have somebody else on hardwired internet? Do they have access to the court? The national championship game in 2024, our director of graphic design came onto the court to physically take my phone from me because that was the only way that we were going to get some phone content that I had captured uploaded in real time. There are all those little things that you either have to anticipate the unexpected, or you have to know that there are things that you don't know that are going to happen. You have to be ready for so many different technical issues. You have to be ready for the security guard who isn't going to let you in an area that you're supposed to be let into, but for whatever reason he doesn't think so, and that's another variable that you have to encounter. You got to make sure that your photographer is lined up for when the team photo is going to be taken. You got to make sure that you've got people monitoring social channels for content that other people are posting that you want to amplify, or that you're accepting collaboration offers on, and all those sorts of things. And it's a really, really hectic time. It was difficult for us being sort of more out west with the time zone, because it got late really, really quickly on the East Coast with a
Yeah.
game that started at like 8 or 8:30 in the evening, and we're 2 hours behind Eastern time. So all of a sudden you look up and it's only been a couple hours post game for us, but it's now 2 a.m. on the East Coast and all of our fans are asleep.
Yeah.
There are all these different variables that go into it, and you game plan for what you can, and you try to be staffed and resourced in the ways that you need to be to kind of accommodate all the different variables that you can't necessarily account for ahead of time.